to Wednesday. Welcome to Wednesday Live. Welcome to Homebuilt Workshop. How are you guys doing this fine Wednesday morning? Well, Wednesday morning here. Not Wednesday morning, maybe where you guys are, but hope you guys are all doing awesome. Welcome to the live stream. We're going to hang out, have a good time as we get settled in here. Neptunes is here already. What's up, brother? Neptune's throwing up the links. Right on, man. What's going on? Neptune says, hey, Jeff. What's up, dude? We're going to get to what I'm working on here very shortly. This is something you're interested in because it involves some 3D printed bits. Dastardly Dave is here. Sup, all? What's up, Dave? How's it going? How's it going? We have, and it's been a weird, kind of a weird week here. Our weather has changed dramatically, and it's gotten, like, up until this past weekend, it was really, really nice here. 70s, maybe 80 degrees. And then I think Sunday or Monday, I don't remember. A few days ago anyway, it got a little bit chilly down, and we've been getting down into the 30s. I think this morning was 33 degrees. So it's been a lot cooler. I've had to get the heat cranked up a little bit to take that chill off. And yeah, the seasons are a-changing, I think they say. Watch and Learn. What's up, man? Watch and Learn says, hey, Jeff, good morning. Good morning to you. How are things going down in your world? Neptune says, yep, it was a long 2 weeks. Epperson's here. Top of the morning. Been a long time. It has, man. How the heck are you doing? Neptune says, hello, everyone. Ivan's here. Ivan says, morning. I was waiting for the stream on Facebook. Oh, I'm sorry. That was last week, and I alternate every 2 weeks. So this week's YouTube, and next week will be Facebook, and then YouTube. So every other week. If you guys are ever interested in or not quite sure what live stream it is, you can go to the website homebuiltworkshop.com, and I think right at the bottom of the front page, there's a little upcoming event calendar thingy. I think it's on towards the right hand side at the bottom. I gotta make sure that's updated. But I try to keep everything there up to date so you guys can see what's coming up. Also, if you're a subscriber to the newsletter, I also include the upcoming lives at the end of the newsletter as well. So trying to keep you guys up to date so you know what's going on. And if you're not already a subscriber to the monthly email newsletter, you can go to the Homebuilt Workshop website, and at the top there's I think it's email sign up, and it's just a name and an email address, and that's it. And it's one email a month, and just kind of a recap of the previous month, and usually a few little tidbits here and there. If you guys are interested in that, head on over and sign up. I'd love to have you guys on as a newsletter subscriber if you're not already. So let's see here. Watch and Learn says cold and cold. Yeah, it's gotten a little chillier here today. I got a sweatshirt and a long sleeve on. It's not super cold now. The chill is burning off, but it's fall. Ivan says thanks. Oh, Gina's here. Gina says, hey, all. What's going on? How's things going from so far away? Epperson says, good now. Had a bout with shingles. Ended up with COVID. Not sure how it happened when I never leave home. Ready. I set up for an acoustic build video. Oh, cool. Nice. Neptune says, to Epperson, glad to hear you're doing better. Yes, I think we all are. It's never good. Never good. Willie says, good morning, I'm Willie, and I'm new. Well, welcome, Willie. Thanks for taking a part out of your day to hang out. we do these lives every week, every Wednesday at 9 a.m. I do alternate, like I mentioned a minute ago. Every 2 weeks, I'll be on YouTube, and the other weeks on Facebook. So I kind of alternate in there just to catch everybody. Some people can tune into one, some people can tune into the other, and some people are awesome and tune into both. Gina says, all's well, way over here. Gina has been a little bit under the weather as well. Don't worry, it's not the Rona, but just a cold. And also, the kiddo is on fall break. So, yeah, it's been, everybody's been home. So it's been a little bit challenging to try to get some time out here with the kiddo home, and Gina's trying to do work, and yeah, but we're still making progress, and we'll get to that shortly. Let's see. Gina says, welcome, Willie. Right on. Epperson says, thanks, Neptune. Willie says, you're welcome. Watch and Learn says, where are you from, Willie? Right on. Willie, if you're new, you might not know. I don't know where you're from, and you don't have to share. Don't feel obligated to share, but you're more than welcome to. But we're here in the state of Colorado, hanging out with all of you guys all over the world. Literally all over the world, which is so awesome. It's so cool to be able to hang out with you guys from all over the place. Man, it's just amazing to me. Willie's from Indiana. Nice. Gary, Indiana. Right on. Well, welcome, Willie. Hope you're able to tune in. Stop by whenever you get a chance to. Usually, since you're new to the live streams, we'll just do a quick recap. Usually the live streams, I don't cover anything super specific. It's just kind of an open conversation. Check in with you guys. We kind of just hang out. We'll talk about some shop projects and, just some things that are going on. And I love to talk about what you guys are working on as well. So you're absolutely welcome, to share any projects that you're building, maybe some troubles you're having, or, really just kind of what's going on. It's always a fun time, just hanging out, usually drinking some kind of coffee or something. And, just a good hour or so of hanging out and visiting and talking shop and that sort of thing. So feel free to chime in with any questions. If you have any Q&A type stuff you want to ask, any of that kind of stuff, pretty much everything is welcome, and we'll try to work it in. Neptune's from Texas. Watch and Learn, Tucson. Oh, Wendy's here. Good morning. What is going on? How's things going out your way? We're doing well here down the street. Right on. So, what have we been working on around here? Well, you guys are thoughts and posting them over here. What you guys got working on? You guys know I've been working on, let's see if I can get this without dropping stuff, knocking things around. I've been working on this bass guitar neck, and if you saw the video last week, you will know that I stopped the neck build. Let me see if I can get this where I'm at here. And I'm at the process. I'm at the step where I have to route those. My guitar necks have this little recess in here where I put the logo. And I stopped the video just before that because the next step, that's what I'm ready to do. But since this is a different size headstock for this bass guitar, the jig that I have is not, it's not set for this size. It only fits my regular size guitar neck. So in order to do this, I had to make a whole new jig. And this is a process that I've been working on actually for, I don't know, over a month behind the scenes, because I had to design some router templates. And Neptunes, I could give you a shout out. These are awesome. Thank you so much for printing these. Neptunes printed these out for me, and because my 3D printer is not large enough, but his is, so he was able to print these out. I got a couple templates here, and that combined with my router is backwards is going to allow me to route that recess. But so the last few days I've been working on the jig for this. I've got it almost done. I've made MDF copies of those jigs. Basically use those 3D printed bits as the router template, and I'm gonna re-angle the camera here and probably really mess with things. But I want to show you guys how this works, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it very well. It's trying to hold it up in front. So we're gonna rearrange stuff here. So bear with me. It might get a little shaky. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see. This is gonna be hard. Anyway, so this is a little awkward angle, but so here's what I have. I've got the base fits down here, like so. Then the neck pops in there, like so, holds it in place. Then I've got this top piece, fits down in there, like so. Over here we have what is now called the bird clamp. That is that's no longer a toggle clamp. That's a bird clamp, and you'll see why when you see the video for this. So I've got some little standoffs here which keep the top piece nice and flat, and these are gonna get trimmed off. And also I'm gonna put in some thumb screws right here. Where's one? Here's one. These little thumb screw guys, this is gonna get tapped just to lock everything in. It doesn't move anyway, but I like to overdo the security measures. So so all I really need to do is finish adjusting the bird clamps and trim these off below the surface of the router base, and then I'll be able to come in here with a template bit in my router and route that recess. And the cool part, and part of the reason that this took a long time to do, even though it looks fairly simple, is so if I want to do a left-handed instrument, I just flip this over, and we're set up for left-handed, and it's exactly positioned in the exact same spot. So, which I try to do a lot of my jigs that way. That way, once I spend the time, hang on, I want to come back up and see you guys. Because it's kind of weird. Ooh, we got something going on here. Hang on, let's fix this. There we go. That's a little better. I like to do my jigs for that it's universal, so I can do a left-handed or right-handed instrument. I don't like to set it up for just one use, because then when I want to build, an opposite guitar, I got to either make all brand new jigs or something like that. So I try to make it universal. So I spent a fair bit of time designing these so that there was a way to index them using the pins. And yeah, that way I can use it. So this is almost done. I think I'll get this done today, and hopefully get at least a test route. I'm gonna make just a copy of my headstock, just on a piece of MDF to test this out, just to make sure everything looks good, and before I actually hit that neck with a router bit. All right, so I was a little behind here, so let's see what we got. Let's see here. Wendy says, breakfast in the wood shop. Right on. I don't have breakfast. We got coffee. This is as close as I got right now. Gina says, howdy, neighbor. Epperson says, I've started in epoxy tumblers. They're fun to do. Oh, fun. Due to shingles kept me indoors where it was cool. So were you able to work on some of those while you were down? Neptune says, thanks, bud. No. Thank you. There's like a weird... The lighting is weird in here today. Why is that? Anyway. Neptune says, sweet. Yeah. See, they worked out awesome. And one thing I didn't think of, though, is some of these inner curves, when I was making these out of MDF, I didn't take into consideration that the router bit wasn't going to be able to get that inside corner. So I did have to do a little bit of hand cleanup on a couple of these, but overall, man, these things work awesome. What I'm going to do now is I'm basically going to take these and we're just going to set them aside. I'm going to store them nice and safe because just like working with guitar templates, I don't want to work with these originals. It's not easy. I can't just go to my printer and reprint these, quickly. So I don't want to use these in case I ever were to damage one. I can just make a new copy. So these are going to get stored away just like my guitar templates for safekeeping, and I'll always work off of these MDF ones. So. Whoa, we have a visitor. Good luck trying to get in here.
Yeah, I know.
Be careful. Say hi, kiddo.
Hello.
Oh, hang on. Oh. Good grief. Oh.
Birdie.
You forgot to close
Hey!
the...
Stop.
She was playing with the bird clamp
My
earlier.
bird.
And I've screwed down the bird clamp. Can you close the door for me, please?
Oh.
I know, it's so terrible. Hang on. Let's see here. Wendy says, genius. Thanks. It took some figuring. Oh, there's a hello, Dado. Dastardly Dave, great ideas. Neptune says you can get heat set brass threaded inserts. Heat set. What's heat set?
Birdie!
Come here, kiddo.
How dare you?
We need another chair in here.
Birdie. I should have hidden Birdie.
Hang on.
Again.
So as I mentioned, Haley is on fall break, so she gets to hang out for a couple weeks. Can you believe that?
Tweet.
He's fine.
Tweet.
All right, let's see here. Epperson says, yeah, I got a few made up. I'll load pictures on the group if anyone wants to see them. Right on. Neptune says, hi, Haley.
Hello.
Willie says, actually, I'm at work now. I'll be back at another time. Is there a way I could bring up past episodes? Yes, let's see. All the YouTube episodes are live. You need down?
No.
Oh. The YouTube...
You keep pushing me over there and it hurts.
Well, because I'm sliding off the seat.
Ooh,
all of the YouTube episodes are live on the channel after we're done with them. So, you'll be able to get them on the YouTube channel. So yeah, Willie, I'd try to tune in, man. I'd love to have you tune in for another future episode. So thanks for stopping in, and you can catch this on the YouTube channel. Neptune says you put them in your prints with a soldering iron. Really? I've not heard of such a thing. I'm gonna have to look into that because that might be kind of cool. Huh? Yeah, because I could put it right into that bracket. I did an experiment and just tapped them, and I'm not going to be cranking them down super tight, but yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to have to give that a shot. Willie says, thanks. Right on, man. Thank you. Wendy says, fall break. Aye. Yup. Already. It's crazy.
Actually, let me down for a second.
All right. Oh. Harry Dude's here. He says, what's up? Hi, Haley.
Hello.
Harry Dude from Australia.
Yeah. What's Australia?
Land of koalas.
Ooh, eeps.
Neptune says, I'll send an email with more info. Right on. Epperson says, good morning, Haley. You got any projects for Dad? Do you have any projects for me? You do, actually.
Halloween project.
And there's the other one that I need to make for you
What?
for your boots.
The spur stripe.
Yep.
Spur stripes.
Got to make some. I got a couple leather projects that I'm
Ah,
trying to get to.
hang on.
Careful. Watch your step. Hang on. You out of here? Yeah. Got a couple leather projects that I'm working on. Well, I'm not working on them yet, but I will be. I got to make her some spur straps for her cowboy boots.
Good bird. Good bird.
Got those coming up. I found I got a score the other day from Facebook Marketplace, which is kind of rare for me, but scored a whole bunch of leather remnants. Like I got 2 giant boxes, and well, yeah, it was 3 boxes, but I combined them into 2.
Do it.
So plenty of leather for smaller projects, which I've got a few on the list. That'll be coming up. I'm waiting for some hardware to come in from the leather place. I don't know when that's going to come. It seems like they have some big delays in shipping going on, but it's upcoming anyway. So that's we got a couple. We've been kicking around some Halloween project ideas, but honestly, I don't have any solid ideas for that yet. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. Epperson says keep him busy. Wendy says, what's the radii for the fretboard? I'm gonna do 12-inch on this one. I haven't sanded the radius yet because I like to keep everything flat until I get the headstock totally shaped. I don't know why. I guess I could sand it still, especially with, well, I could now with this new jig. I wouldn't need to keep it flat. Anyway, it's going to have a 12-inch radius, yeah, that'll be coming up pretty quick. As soon as I test this jig out, it's time to load up the sanding blocks and get to sanding. Careful. Stuart says, hi, Stuart from France tuning in. Right on, Stuart. Welcome. Welcome. How are things going in France? Neptune says, hey, Harry dude, what's up? Raylan's here. Raylan says, good morning. Good morning, Raylan. How are you? Neptune says, make sure you get the right sanding block.
We have too many.
You don't think this one's good? I wonder. I'm gonna scoot out of the way here. Not you. I'm trying to like move over so I can see you guys. I wonder what that radius would be. I'd have to do the math. So if that's shrunk 30%, 25. I wonder what that ends up being. Harry Dude says, hi Neptunes. Doing okay. Been building storage cabinets for the workshop while work is a little quiet. How are you? Raylan says, doing good. Staying busy. Doing well.
Nah. Cold.
It's gotten cold here.
No, I have a cold.
Oh, yeah, you're cold now. She's on fall break, so we got some hangout time. She's enjoying fall break. Let's see. Neptune says, I'm good. Aaron's here. Aaron says, it's been a while. How are you liking your tin pants? You know what? When it's cold and wet and nasty, I really, really like them. Those things, I think they're indestructible. At least that's what they feel like. As we start to get into winter more and get some snow and things get really wet and nasty, they're awesome. I really do like them, as long as you wear thermals underneath. That would be the biggest thing. You got to have thermals underneath because it just feels very weird without. But I do like those things, and definitely I think it's worth taking the time to make them. It's not something that I wear every single day. If I know that I'm going to be here, just working in the shop or working inside, there's no reason to wear those things. But if I know I'm going to be outside doing stuff, or if I really need to bundle up, then they work really well because the tin pants, the wax stuff, makes them like windproof. So if you're wearing like a pair of denim jeans or something, you still get the wind through that. But with these, the wind doesn't go through. Like the wax seals up the fibers and really keeps you pretty warm.
Hello,
Again,
Mama.
as long as you have thermals.
Hello.
Ivan says, because of my new job with travel all around Russia, I got an idea. I need a travel guitar. Ooh. A travel guitar. Maybe you could do something out of like maybe you could do like a short string or a short scale, like a cigar box type of guitar, and you could still do 6-string, maybe? That'd make it pretty small. It's a good idea. I might have to see if I can put something together. Short string cigar box, or short scale. Short string.
Hello, Mama.
That would be fun. And Ivan, also, have you started in on your fretboard repair? Let's see. Harry Dude, travel guitar is a headless Steinberg. Yes. Very, very close. Wendy says backpacking guitar. Yeah, something like that would be cool. Those little backpackers, have you seen those? Those Martin backpacker things? Those things are pretty neat. I've never played one, but they look pretty cool. I might have to build something like that. Might be cool. A 6-string cigar box guitar, but a short scale. You guys got the gears a turning. I gotta finish this bass first, and then I gotta finish her spur straps, and then I gotta finish about 4 other things before I get to some sort of backpacking guitar. But that'd be fun. Mr. Doughboy, hey Jeff, what's up, man? How are you this fine Wednesday?
Drinking coffee, that's how.
Yep. All right, so, hey, you're going to take my coffee?
I'm going to take it inside.
So also over the weekend, while I was trying to... Thank you, kiddo.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Except Momo.
So over the weekend, I was trying to get ahead a little bit because I was trying to anticipate fall break. So we made this is just a test one, some little kitchen scraper spatula thingies. That's the technical term. I have recently gotten into using cast iron pans a little more. And so I decided to make some wooden spatulas and stuff like that. Man, why is the lighting all weird? Anyway, let's see if I need to turn this off. Hang on here. Is that better? A little bit, maybe. We'll leave that off. So, yeah. I don't know if any of you guys use cast iron or not, but I've had like bad experiences in the past. Not because of the pans, but honestly because I didn't really know what I was doing, really. And so I didn't like them for a very long time, but I've recently got a new interest in them and have been experimenting. And of course, using wood or something, silicone or something like that to keep your pans protected, that seasoning. So yeah, I'm working on editing the video for these. Really quick, really simple to make, and but I think it's going to work out really good. And I'm just kind of sharing the process with you guys. So be on the lookout for that one this weekend. Like I said, it's a really simple project, but I think it can be a really handy in the kitchen, especially if you use cast iron. So I'm definitely looking forward to using more cast iron around the house, and now I'm on the lookout for more cast iron pans. But that's what I'm working on, or what I did over the weekend. I made a few of these, and this is just a test one. The other ones have rounded edges and all that sort of stuff, and I didn't put these little finger groove thingies in there. But yeah, I was trying to look for a few projects that I could that I could knock out pretty quick, And stuff like these that would be also handy, right? So not just a worthless project, but something that I could do really quick because I knew I wasn't going to have a whole a ton of time throughout the week with fall break and stuff. So trying to plan a bit ahead on stuff like that. But if you guys have tips, tricks, suggestions for cooking with cast iron, I'd love to learn from you guys. And also, if you ever have any leads on some cast iron pans, maybe some old rusty, crusty ones, I think it's time for a restoration. Let's see. Ivan says to Harry Dude, Steinberg, it'll cost me an arm and a leg. Yeah. Hagina says its mind is constantly thinking of things to make. Yes, that is true. One project leads to another project, leads to another project. You guys know. Come on. You get it. Harry Dude Ivan says, I think you can buy kits for them. Steinberg kits. You know what? I think you're right. I think I've seen those somewhere. Wendy says, iron pans are the best. And, that's what I've heard for a long time. And early on, when I was younger, I attempted to use them, but I didn't really know how to work with them. So of course, I had a lot of sticking and burning and stuff like that. And overall, I didn't like them. Not because of the pan, is because I just didn't know how to use them. So for 20 years, I haven't used them. And I've just done the non-stick or a stainless steel or something like that. But I use them. I'm having a lot more luck, and back to cast iron. I use cast iron every day. Been for years. I'm seeing it. Everything I've made in them so far, I don't know. It really does taste better. Wendy says maple and hickory are good for those. Yes. I thought I had some hickory around here, or some mesquite even. I've seen some made out of mesquite, but I didn't have any. So I just used, this is actually just aspen. I made some wooden spoons, or a couple wooden spoons, like a year ago out of aspen. Super lightweight, super easy to shape. So I thought, well, let's try it. And it's really soft. Not dense at all, but it seems to be holding up pretty good so far. Ivan says to Harry Dude, I'll check it, but I think about short scale headless ones. Yeah, a short scale would be good for traveling. Neptune says I need to get some cast iron pans too. Yeah, I'm really taking a liking to these. As I'm learning about the seasoning and all that sort of stuff. So I've actually got a couple videos. Well, I'm going to do this one. I've got a couple other ones that I'm working on for some cast iron type projects. Wendy says ceramic coated iron is available also. Yes, that the enamel cast iron, and we have a Dutch oven, a ceramic or enameled, whatever they call it. Dutch oven that we've had for quite a few years. It's great for making sauces and stuff like that. And I do like that pan. I'm not always crazy about the cleanup on it, but it seems to hold up pretty well and it really holds the heat. So far I'm really liking it. All right, so let's see. We talked about the jig. We talked about these things for a minute. So yeah, be on the lookout. This will be this weekend. Quick, short project, but will be very helpful, I think, if you're one that uses cast iron, or maybe not. Maybe just a regular pan would work. You could use that in a non-stick. Let's see. Gina says to Neptune, if you have a Sierra trading post near you, they may have some for fairly cheap. Maybe so. All right. So what are you guys working on? What kind of projects What's on your bench? Let's call it. We're gonna have to start making that a regular segment. What's on your bench? We talked about what's on my bench. Mine's a mess with templates and bits and pieces and stuff. But I want to know, what are you guys working on? What troubles or what challenges or yeah. Now Wendy says cabinet door for the shack. Cool. You doing the traditional kind of rail and style? That's the technical. Aaron says PVC bows. Oh, cool. Like a PVC pipe, and then that sounds like a fun project, actually. I bet Haley would like that. Nice. What do you use for arrows? Regular arrows, or are you making those? Or am I way off on what you're building? That's possible. Neptune says, thanks, Gina. Not sure if we have one close by, but I'll check. Wendy says, redwood table needs epoxy filling, shaker style. Oh, cool. That's something that I haven't done in a long time. Cabinets or anything like that. And it's something that I kind of would like to do, but you guys seen the size of my shop. I'd have to do like a very small cabinet. There's no way I could build a whole kitchen in here. I'd have to do one cabinet at a time. It would be a little inconvenient, but I've done some of that in the past, but yeah, cabinets. I don't know. One of these days, we'll do some cabinets. Aaron says, normal arrows for now. Cool. So, Aaron, what size PVC are you using for the bows? And like, what are you using for the string and all that? Because that sounds fun. Neptune says, I don't have a project at the moment. Well, Neptunes, we got to change that. Because you want like one of my 300 projects? Wendy says the face frame's 10 foot long and 8 feet tall. Wow, that's a big one. That wouldn't even fit in here. Well, the ceiling's not even 8 feet tall. I might have. I'm pretty sure I could get 10 feet that way, but it wouldn't fit this way. Maybe if there's enough room. Aaron says schedule 40. Well, that's cool. So, man, that you've got me. You've piqued my interest on that project because that sounds like something that my daughter might enjoy. Something like that. So schedule 40. I'm guessing you would put a notch or something at the top. But what sort of string are you using? Are you using anything specific? Maybe just a regular bowstring you could use on there? I don't know. Gina says, all right, all. I have to do some training for work. Have a great day. Don't forget to like this video. Well, yes. Kapow. Look at that. Neptune says, well, I have tons also, just not in a position to work on them. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. Wendy says, those PVC bows are wicked awesome. Man, we're going to have to make some. That really sounds cool. We could have a PVC bow competition. If you can, Aaron, or interested in sharing some photos, if you head over to the Facebook group, post some pictures over there. The Home Built Workshop Built Not Bought Facebook group. I'd love to see. I want to learn a little bit more about what you're making because it sounds fun. Neptune says, later, Gina. Later. Yeah, that would be kind of fun. I could see us out there shooting some PVC bows. Just use some target tips on your arrows or something. Aaron says it's for my son and just paracord 550. Oh man, we've got tons of that. And with a standard arrow, does that fit the nocks on the arrow? You have to file them a little bit. Oh, you know what? I have some. Oh man, where is that? I have some of that micro cord. I'll bet you that would work really good. It's the 550, but it's, I don't know. It's super tiny, super thin. I bet that would be plenty strong. Huh. How long of a piece of Schedule 40 do you take? And do you have a rule of thumb as to how far you bend it, or do you just kind of bend it to where it feels okay when you're putting the line on there? Man, so many questions off of one thing. Aaron, man, I'm glad you mentioned this because this does sound really fun. So when you attach the string, do you drill a hole through it, or do you kind of bend it and like actually make a notch in there? How do you do that? I can do all this. I can look it all up too, probably, but and I'm super interested in that. Paracord fits. Oh, cool. Paul's here. Paul says, "Good morning, all." Paul, how's it going? Have you guitar build that you finished a while back? Paul had a pretty nice looking guitar being sent out to be demoed by a guitar demo YouTube guy. Tasty. Let's see. Wendy says, Hunt Primitive YouTube shows how to make the bow from yucca and others. Oh, wow. I'll have to check into that. It sounds like a fun project. It really does. Neptune says, good morning, Paul. Yeah, Aaron, I want to, again, I'll say thank you for bringing that up because that does sound really like an awesome project. And I imagine you guys are going to have a ton of fun shooting those things around. And we might have to build some as well. Paul says, it arrived yesterday. Daryl Braun is going to do the review on my birthday on 10/27. First response was he really likes it. Nice. That's awesome, Paul. And happy early birthday. And if you guys haven't heard of Daryl Braun, he's got a pretty big channel on the old YouTube, and it does a lot of reviews and demos and stuff like that. So it's going to be cool. I'll be keeping an eye out for that review. And congrats, Paul, on getting one of your instruments in Daryl's hands. That's pretty cool. As I'm glancing around, I'm trying to see what else I kind of have in the works. I know last week I talked about getting to the die on the bass guitar build, but I haven't gotten to that yet. Again, because I've been working on this jig and trying to juggle fall break and all that kind of stuff. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Aaron says I use a file to file it down, then curve it down a bit. File it down. I gotcha, I think. Paul says appreciate it. Still nervous. He's already got it. Doesn't, there's no sense being nervous now. Because, it's out of everybody's hands. And you know what? By the looks of it, it's going to be just fine. Because that is a fine looking guitar you put together. So don't worry yourself to death with the nervousness because, really, I get it though. I get it. Once it's, as you're getting it together and you're getting it packaged up and you're getting it shipped off, you're always kind of nervous. But what, something that I kind of noticed, I kind of feel the same way. When I've sent some guitars out, to people that have bought them, it's like, oh, I hope they're going to like it. You're getting really nervous. And once it's in the mail, I'm like, if there's a problem, they're going to let me know. Doesn't do me any good to waste that mental energy on being nervous about it because I can't change it. My job is to do the best that I can leading up to it, and I know you did, so don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. Hopefully that makes sense. Worrying about stuff is something that we all do, but it doesn't really get us anywhere in the big picture. And I don't know how to completely avoid it, but I have been trying to be able to let go of more of the, type of worries like that. So, yeah, Paul, you got this. It's fine. Alrighty, let's see. What do you guys have? What kind of questions? Shoot me some Q&A stuff. Something you want to know? Something you don't want to know? I don't know. Let's see. I forgot what I was going to say. Dang it. Talk amongst yourselves. Aaron says, in my bow, I'm putting in driveway markers. Oh, to stiffen it up, and make it stronger. Those little fiberglass deals. Yeah, that's a good idea. So, what size is the PVC you're using for the main bow? I'm thinking like a 3/4 or something, but I don't really know. Spaceship says, do you have a favorite axe? I think I do right now. Right now is the key word. The cherry guitar that I built earlier this year, I think right now that one is my absolute favorite one. Yeah, I think that's it. That's the one. If I'm going to sit down and play on it, that's the one. Of course, I got it hanging right out on the open. So, yeah, I think it is the cherry Haley Guitars Dorian. I just like that one. And the wood, of course, is special to me. But yeah, I think that's my favorite at the moment. I like the look, I like the feel, I like the sound, I like everything about that guitar. And it's not just I'm trying to. I don't want to make it my favorite just because it's one that I built, but there's pieces of that wood that's very special to me, and it's just my favorite one right now. Before that one, I don't know. Before that one, of course, I my factory made ones that I have. My Ibanez RG 1570 is pretty high up there. It's the Prestige. It's got the Prestige neck, the Wizard 2, I believe it is. That's one of the only guitars I ever bought brand new, and it doesn't look brand new now. That thing's done, hundreds and hundreds of shows. I've got a lot of time playing that one. I really like that one, but I think those probably would be my two favorites if I had to choose one that I didn't make. That way to remove any bias. Spaceship says it's really cool, but I meant wood chopping axe. Sorry, my brain just went right to guitars. I'm going to come back to that. Well, anyway, you guys now know my favorite instruments. Wendy says fret markers for the axe. Now, I know what you're talking about, and it's not the wood chopping kind. For the bass guitar, I'm going to do. My original plan was to. It's going to kind of have the finish is going to be somewhat of a ocean burst type of finish. At least that's the goal. And I have some shells that I was going to crush up. And I believe you and I were talking about cutting out some seashell dots. And I tried that, and at least with my plug cutters, it doesn't work very well. So I'm gonna experiment. The plan was to crush them up. Maybe I'll put them on an anvil or something and just mash them into a fine paste. Mix them in with a little epoxy and fill the holes that way. I got to test that out yet because I haven't gotten to crushing them up. As far as I got was to trying to drill them with a little water, and it didn't it didn't work. They're like too small. So it just didn't work very good. Either that or my plug cutters are just garbage, which I kind of think that's partly the case as well. But I'm gonna try crushing a few into as fine a powder as I can, and glue them in with some epoxy. So that's the plan for that. So spaceship, back to you for the wood chopping axe. Honestly, I'm not like a axe aficionado. How's that for a big word? I don't. I have one axe, and it's honestly like, the local hardware store. I don't even know what, $20 axe or whatever they have on the rack at the hardware store. It's got a I think it's got a hickory handle. Not even a name brand. It's not a what's the names? Is it Gransfirth? Well, I don't even know. I can't even think of them right now. I don't have anything fancy. This is a single bit axe with the little wedge pounder thingy on the back. See, I don't even know what these things are called. So I don't have any great any favorites really. So I guess my favorite is going to be the one that I have already that I don't have to go buy, and the one that is sharp. And I do keep this one pretty sharp. But yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I don't have any good recommendations, or my favorites anyway, not recommendations. My favorite is the one that I have, and it's nothing fancy, nothing expensive, nothing, it's not an heirloom quality or anything like that. But it's just a cheap hardware store one. I got it at my hardware store, right up the road, and yeah. So that is all I have for an axe. And a hatchet. I'm open to suggestions because I do want to get a hatchet at some point. I have a cheap, again, hardware store type hatchet that I keep with, our camping stuff when we go camping. But it's kind of heavy and kind of big, so I might be on the lookout for a hatchet. So if you got any good recommendations for that, I welcome any and all recommendations. Aaron says 1 inch for mine and ½ inch for my son. Cool. Paul says I've got 10 myself, an acoustic, a silent acoustic, and 8 I built myself, mostly telly style. 1 335 clone and 1 Strat. Those are your favorites, or are those your overall? Spaceship says it's cool. I love both guitars and axes. That's funny. Something I've been thinking about doing, and I don't know, so I'm just going to throw it out there. I've been thinking recently about doing like a history, an overview of my guitars, like a video, kind of a, I don't even know what you'd call it, but I think it's not something, I don't know. I'm debating whether or not to put it on this channel, or I could put it on my personal channel, which I don't really do anything with. But I kind of want to put it together more for me, just to have like the history of my instruments, and what some of them have been painted and some of them have been modified, and just like a starting with my very first classical guitar, which is in horrible shape right now. I think that's something that I would like to do. Probably should have done it when it was warmer and I can get everything outside, or at least in more space, not jammed in the house. But I keep going back and forth because I just think that'd be a fun video, even for my daughter, just to have at some point to know where each guitar has been and what they've done and where they came from, and all that sort of stuff. So that's something that I think is kind of on my list of things to do. I'm not sure though if it'll be a video that I'll put on this channel. It just doesn't. I don't know if it fits. I don't know. What do you guys think? Wendy's. Oh yeah, the shells. Yeah. Spaceship, Gransfors Brooks. Yes, the Swedish ones. Paul says 335 clone was the first build, and it took me 9 months. Only tool I had was hand tools and a Dremel. Dude, that's awesome. Wendy says the East Wing hatchet was steel through handle. I've seen that one before. Paul says those are my overall what I've kept. Okay, gotcha. One of these days I might learn how to play them. Paul, there is no better time than now, my friend. Spaceship says Fiskars makes reasonably priced mini hatchets, plastic handle but good value, solid made. I'm going to keep that in mind. I'm going to lock that away for next time I happen to be at the store or whatever. I can keep an eye out. You know, it's not something I need right this minute, but there's a few things, and I'm sure you guys are the same way. You know, like if you, camp. Let's take camping, for instance. You know, we don't camp a ton. I would like to camp more than we do, but there's always things in the back of my mind that I'm like, man, you know, next time we go, I kind of want to pick up one of these for, you know, next spring or whatever. And that's one of them, you know, like a hatchet. It's not something I need to run out and get right away, but it's on my mental list for later. Cool. Yeah, I mean, you know, back to the guitar thing. That's funny. I still think that's funny that I mistook an actual chopping axe for guitar axe. Anyway. Yep, I don't have. Let's see, Paul, you were talking about the semi-hollow. I don't have a semi-hollow. I don't. I've played them a couple times, but yeah, it's not one that I own. I might have to. Maybe I should build one. That's pretty awesome that you were able to do the 335 with hand tools and a Dremel. Pretty cool, man. And a lot of us, you know, we get hung up on, oh, I don't have such and such tool, so I can't do it. Yeah, you can. Just gotta get creative. It may take longer, but we can all do it. That's the thing. One of the things I like about building a guitar, you know, it's not. It can take a long time, and there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. You know, between you, once you get through the finishing and all of that, but you don't need a ton of space. You really don't. You know, and I think that's why I've kind of gravitated towards that, because you know I don't have a ton of space, but yet you can do these projects like that takes a long time. For me, being that I want to try to do a project video at least every week for the most part, it does make it a little bit hard because when I have a long-term project like a guitar, it's always in my way when I'm trying to do something else. So I'm trying to cram everything to one side. And but if you're just building an instrument, you're not worried about other stuff. They're great, because you just work on it as you go. Sand, everything. I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about? I'm probably rambling, but anyway. Spaceship says Milwaukee drills were always impressive. I have used some before, but I've heard that from a lot of people that the Milwaukee stuff's really good. I have about one. I have one Milwaukee. It's one of the M12 line, my little cordless buffer. There's a couple other on the M12 line that I would like to get, different things. But yeah, I've heard great stuff about them. Really, overall, I mean, all the name brand drills and things nowadays they're just awesome, really. I mean, whether it's red, yellow, blue, orange, whatever. It seems like everybody's really, from what I know, right? But I'm not an everyday user, a contractor out there, doing, or a tradesman of some sort, running these things into the ground day in, day out. I don't use them that way, but I mean, I see people out there running all these different kinds, and I think everybody, technology has advanced quite a ways now to where everybody's making really good stuff. I think. Paul says if you build one, add a component access cover on the back to do the wiring. Feeding stuff through the holes, only to find that a wire came unsoldered is a pain. I have heard that from several people that trying to feed things through the F holes is pretty tricky. Wendy says, customer here, gotta go. Bam, right on. Have a good one. Stay warm out there. Spaceship says, in Europe, a lot of people favor DeWalt, but I much preferred the Milwaukee gear. From what I see here, again, not being one out there on the job site day in day out, I can't speak for those guys, but for what I see, some people will run, like I said, they'll run all different kinds. Some people are Milwaukee guys, some people are DeWalt guys, some people, I know some guys who are rigid guys and they run a lot of the rigid stuff. It's what works for you and meets your expectations, and I don't think you can go wrong, really, for the most part, with any of them. Paul says, I do roughly 15 guitars and over 400 guitar bodies a year in a 160 square foot shop. That's exactly what that's awesome, dude. That's a lot of bodies. I didn't realize you made that many bodies. Do you sell a lot of just plain bodies? That's cool. Yeah, and you don't need a ton of space. Once you're, I was just thinking about this, and it sort of relates. So I was thinking about this the other day. I'm thinking about, man, I got to get this guitar done, and I really need to try to focus on this thing and get it finished, which I do. But I'm also trying to put in other projects, like I mentioned earlier, like these little guys. And I got to thinking about this, and it kind of helped relieve some of the stress, really, for me personally. Now, being one who my goal is to create a project video to share with you guys, right? That's my main thing. But I realized that I'm not a guitar shop. As much as I want to be, I don't have the space to be. So my goal is to make videos to share with you guys, and that kind of took some of the stress off of there. It's like I'm not a guitar factory that makes videos. I make videos about what I'm doing. Does that make any sense? Probably not, but that helped me remove some of the stress, because I was really starting to get stressed out. I'm like, man, I gotta get this guitar done. But then I got to thinking, I need to still make videos to share with you guys, and that's my first. The guitars are second, although I love them, and I want to do more, like 400, like you, Paul. That's awesome. But you don't need 160 square feet. I got like 110 ish. But my goal, or my, I don't know how to say this. I'm probably not even making any sense, but I'm not set up specifically to do guitars. That's where I was going with it. If I only did guitars and guitar related stuff, and my goal wasn't to do a wide array of project videos, I could totally do way more guitars. I know it, but trying to do everything else. That's the hard part, when you love just to do whatever with your hands, I think. Like I woodworking, some metalworking a little bit. I'd like to do more if I had space. Leatherworking, guitar building. There's so many things that go involved in that. All of that. All right. Let's see here. Neptune says, sorry to change the subject, but I do have a project. I'm designing a fart machine. Have a go. Oh, boy. Neptune says, make an automated thing that'll spray. An automatic air freshener. They already sell those. I'll put it in the patrol vehicle when he drives. Oh boy. They make those already. But yes, that would be cool. Aaron says, I like and use Ryobi. Yeah, I've seen quite a few people using those. I don't have a problem with any of those, any of the tools, man. It's whatever works for you and meets your needs. I don't care what color it is. I really don't. It's my opinion. Paul, yes. Thought I was rambling there for a minute. Jason says, hey Jeff, would you ever make a guitar with a tilt back headstock like a Gibson PRS with a kind of a scarf joint type neck? Maybe. I don't know, honestly, 100%. I have several guitars that have a scarf joint neck, and and I've never had one break. And some of them have been. Everybody talks about the Gibson necks, how they always are breaking, this, that, and the other thing. But I might, maybe someday, do that. I'm not convinced. No, I'm not even going to go there because I'm not trying to open a can of worms. I might do that at some point. Yeah. The short answer. Spaceship says, just checking out your guitars on the website. Great stuff. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. HaleyGuitars.com. You can see what's up there. Well, guys, we have gone past the hour, which is totally fine. But I got to wrap this up because I got a neck jig to finish up. And, yeah. I got some videos to get editing, except I'll have to do that a little bit later. But I'm going to try to get this done. Check in with the kiddo in there and see what's going on. I'm going to have to check out those bows, the bow ideas, because that's awesome. I really like that. And Neptune's. Thanks again, man, for printing those parts. Thanks for helping with the admin stuff. Thanks for posting the links. And thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate you. Guys, we're going to wrap this up. Like I said, I got to get back to work. And so I want to say thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking a part of your day to hang out here at Home Built Workshop. Again, if you guys are interested in the schedule, go to the website Home Built Workshop. There's a link over here, and down at the bottom, check out the calendar of events. I will make sure it's updated. You can also sign up for the newsletter to get that as well. I'd love to have you guys be able to tune into the lives. I just enjoy these so much, even though sometimes I start rambling on a on a roll. But it's fun. You guys have awesome ideas, and I just love spending this time with you all. So thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Neptune says later. Paul says take care. Neptune's no problem. Right on. Ivan, see ya. Ivan, let me know how that repair goes. Harry Dude says bye for now. Stay well, everyone. Right on, guys. Thank you so much. You all stay well too. Have a great week. Check out the website. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks, guys. Take care. We'll see you next time.